how do you think about your money on a daily basis? Do you only look at what's in the account and be like, well, this is it, this is what it is? Or do you, before you even get to your account, say, I thank you, God. I thank you, universe. I thank you, self, for my 7 figures that are already in my account. 7 figures might not be there yet, but you can speak that if you're thinking.
Elevate with Monique. Elevate. Elevate with Monique. Elevate.
I apologize that I am bringing this video to you in the car, but hey, life is on the go, it's on the move, I'm on the move, and life is on the move, you're on the move. So I didn't want to wait until I got back home to record this content. Y'all know I love aesthetics, I love a good setup, but sometimes y'all just gotta flow, right? I'm flowing right now. So, with that being said, first of all, I want to say welcome to another episode of Moments with Mo, presented by Elect Elevation. I am your girl, Mo. For those of you who have visited the community before, I want to say welcome back. If you are new to my channel, new to my podcast, I want to say welcome and thanks for stopping by. Thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing a few minutes of your time. I really try to dedicate all of the content that I share to women who are in a place where they have said yes to themselves, or they are saying yes to themselves as it relates to personal transformation, personal elevation. I am a personal elevation strategist. I am a certified life coach. How I share tips and labs and information with women who really just want that next level. So that being said, um, I have been focused and sharing with you things around thinking bigger, thinking bigger and dreaming bigger, and how those two relate, right? Now, let me be very clear. When I say thinking bigger, I'm not saying don't be grateful for what you have right now. But if you are like most people and you aren't in a place right now where you can say, yeah, I have plateaued, I don't need to go any further, then stop listening. But if you are someone like many of us who is always pursuing elevation in some way, whether it's in our mind, whether it's in our money, whether it's with our business, with our relationships, we always want to have the best opportunity for everything that we're connected to, right? So, in order to dream big and believe for big, we have to start with our mind. We have to start with the thing that most of the time tries to convince us that we cannot have and we cannot do and we cannot be. And for many of us, it started at childhood, right? Like it was just either it wasn't instilled in us at all, or the opposite, and that is that the wrong things were instilled in us. And so there are some things that we have to do in order to transform that mind, transform those thoughts, transform the belief systems that we have in order to be able to have the courage to dream. um when when we grew up, somewhere along the lines and along the journey, we stopped dreaming. And the reason we stopped dreaming is because we are over inundated with things that make us think too low, think too small, right? And so three, I guess, reasons and or key points as it relates to thinking bigger in order to dream bigger. Three things that I want you to think about. I want you to consider. These are not the only things, But these are three things that I feel like are easy, quick wins that you can identify right now, right? So the first one is it's important for you to know where you are. Like, self awareness is extremely, extremely, extremely important on our journey of self elevation, personal elevation, transformation, whatever you want to call it. You have to be willing to be self aware. You have to be willing to say, I missed the mark right here, or I struggle in this area, or I really need to get rid of that altogether. Or yeah, I'm pretty strong in this area, and I know that because here are the receipts, here are the things that have guided my journey for growth in this area. So you need to know where your current mindset is. How do you think on a daily basis? How do you think about yourself? How do you um think about the outcomes that are possible for you? How do you think about your money on a daily basis? Do you only look at what's in the account and be like, well, this is it, this is what it is? Or do you, before you even get to your account, say, I thank you, God. I thank you, universe. I thank you, self, for my 7 figures that are already in my account. 7 figures might not be there yet, but you can speak that if you're thinking that, excuse me, that way. Okay. So you got to know where you are starting. For me, I I don't exactly remember what happened that triggered my uh exploration, but when I started, I remember thinking to myself like, golly, I don't think I've never thought big ever. And it was twofold for me, right? Like, one part of it was I lived in an impoverished neighborhood. I lived in the hood, right? And so it was middle class, but it was like lower to middle class. And that's just what it was. And then I would go over to my great aunt, aka like my mom. I would go over to her house on the weekends, and then I eventually moved in with her. But her neighborhood was working middle class or retired middle class, right? So I got those two perspectives, but I don't recall ever having someone to really instill in me that, hey, the sky is truly the limit and you can do whatever you want to do and you can be whoever you want to be. I heard it, but it didn't stick with me, right? So I had to realize when I started my journey that this is where I am. The bar is really low right now, right? Because this is where I am. So I can only go up from here. You can only go up from where you are. So know where you are starting. Okay. The second thing is get ready to be uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. Acknowledging your current state is uncomfortable. If it were not, everybody would do it. It's going to challenge you. It's going to make you feel a kind of way, because we all, truth be told, we all have this certain standard and this certain level that we like to think that we are on. You know, you got it. I know I got it, right? But when you start to peel back certain layers of who you are, you start to realize that, man, maybe I'm not actually right here. I mean, I can get here and I'm not far off, but I'm actually not quite here. I might be a little bit here. And so it makes you uncomfortable. Anytime you have to face yourself, there is a level of discomfort that comes with that. So be okay with knowing that this is going to happen. It's all right. Okay. And then the third thing is mind your words as you are elevating your thoughts. because your thoughts become your words and your words become your reality. So if your thoughts is that you're always broke, next thing that you say is, I'll never have no money in my bank account. Oh my gosh. Guess what? Your bank account is going to continue to be like that. There has never been a time where I know of where someone was speaking negatively about a thing, a person, a situation, because that's what they were thinking, but the outcome was advantageous for them consistently. It doesn't really work like that. So you got to be mindful of your words. Your words become your thoughts, become your words become your reality. So if you want to start expanding how much of a capacity for dreaming or for thinking you have and you can have, which by the way, you can have as far as I can see the clouds in the sky, as far as um, you can dream and you can think. But in order to do that, you have to start paying attention to your words, paying attention to frivolous talk, sloppy talking, sloppy thinking. Challenge your thoughts. When something negative comes into your mind, immediately challenge that. For me, I used to literally have a conversation in my head. Let's say, for instance, at that time, I wanted, let's say, a piece of designer something, something, some designer piece. This is when I first started pursuing like luxury, high end things, and I enjoy them. We all do. They don't make my life, but I do enjoy them. And so when I first started uh, wanting to acquire those things, I would be like, man, that bag is $2,000. I don't even have $200 in my account. I'm broke. My thinking was low, so then my speaking was low, which meant I never would manifest that. It wasn't until I started thinking bigger, thinking more, thinking greater, that I started dreaming bigger, dreaming more, dreaming greater. And now I can manifest things fairly easily at this point. Do I struggle with this sometimes? Yeah, I do. I mean, we can't control the thoughts that come into our mind, right? Like that, we can't control that. What we can control is what we do with those thoughts, how we respond to those thoughts, or if we even pull those thoughts down. Okay. So, 5 things, let me hurry. 5 things that I want you to do, some activities, some things that I want you to do as you are observing and elevating your thoughts and elevating your ability to dream. The first one is observe your thoughts over the next 24 hours, just 24 to 48 hours. Okay. And don't try to change them, just observe them, allow them to be what they are. And then once that window is done, I want you to write down the majority that you can think of, the thoughts that you had. What kind of thoughts were you thinking over the last 24, 48 hours? Were they negative? Were they counteractive and counterproductive to what it is that you want to manifest in your life? Or were they good? Were they positive? Okay. And if they were not all that great and you weren't really feeling of all those thoughts, and be honest with yourself, sis, I want you to burn the paper. Burn it. Burn it. Once you've written them down, if you didn't like that list, burn it. Let it go. Ashes to ashes. Okay. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to sit with yourself and start identifying what are those blockers? What are the things that have you thinking small? What are the things that have you thinking in a blocked way, like something's clogged? What are those things? Write those things down. Okay. Be honest with yourself. Then, number 3, I want you to sit for 10 minutes. This is where some people may struggle. Sit for 10 minutes in your sacred space, in the car, in the bathroom, I don't care. 10 minutes. And I want you to allow yourself to dream. 10 minutes, set the timer. Okay. Allow yourself to dream. Allow your mind to just race and just go. And the most outlandish, the grandest thing that you can think of, or things that you can think of, go for it. Okay. I have a question. When you get done with that, ask yourself, did I struggle with that? Was it hard for me to see the, the grandest thing. Sometimes I still struggle with what is the most grandest thing that I can think of in my mind. I'm still trying to figure out what's grander than the things that I've been thinking of, but that's because I'm still expanding my mind. And when you put yourself in certain situations, you get to experience the energy of certain things. That's another video that I'm going to share with you. But when you put yourself in those situations, you get a chance to experience the energy of certain things that you're looking for and that you want to manifest. So do that too. And then number four, celebrate yourself for having the courage of doing the work of 1 through 3. This can be very daunting. It can be very uncomfortable, like I said before. So celebrate the little progress that you did. It could be a hug. It could be, telling yourself some affirmations that reinforce that pride that you have in that, or it could be a small treat. I wouldn't go crazy, but a small treat. Okay. And then number five, I want you to start setting some new intentions. I want you to set new intentions around your mind, how you want to expand it, the things that you want to explore in order to expand it, and get very clear about the areas that you want to expand. Okay. I hope that these things will help you as you are starting to think big so that you can dream big. Because, baby, we got some work to do, but we have some manifesting to also do. And I want to see you manifest all of your wildest dreams. All right. Thank you so much for joining. If you like this content, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of the content and that we stay connected. All right, sis. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Always, sis. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you like this video, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my latest content as it's being released, go ahead and hit the notification bell icon as well. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.